Advanced matching. Now, it's a part of the Power of Five, and you may or may not have paid attention to it, and a lot of people don't really know what it means and understand one of the most impactful, important tools that Facebook has at its disposal, and something you should absolutely be using. Let me tell you about the science behind it, why if you're not using it is a fundamental flaw for you, and why it really means that you don't ever need to rely on retargeting ever again. We're going to cover it today. Advanced matching on Facebook. Let's go. First off, before we get started, I just want to say thank you for being here. And if you enjoy this or any of the other videos, don't be afraid to subscribe. Now, other than that, what I do want to say is I really appreciate you for showing all the support. And if you have any questions, please reply back or comment or DM to me. You can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I'm on Clubhouse. You can, of course, join the Facebook group with over 12,000 people, most over on TikTok. If you need more things, you can go to facebookdisruptor.com and hit that Patreon button in the upper right-hand side, and you can join Facebook Disruptor School. Or if you just want to get all of the ebooks and see the library archive of over 100 hours of video content plus articles, well, you can join that today too. Or you can just get into the Disruptor Dispatch for $1 for the first month and get regular emails on a regular basis from not only myself, but a lot of experts from around the world so that you get a regular bit of a boost on your success delivered from me to you. Because remember, my ultimate goal here is for you to see more success, get more time in your day, more money in your pocket, and ultimately reduce the amount of stress that you have so you can be more successful and enjoy it. With that being said, we're going to cover today one of my most favorite things that wildly is undervalued in the world, and this is advanced matching. It's part of the Power 5 that we part in the Disruptor group. This is what we put out there for you to really be doing. Let's get to it. So, advanced matching is Facebook's way of basically sharing pixel data from a lot of different users. Now, you may have heard me mention that Facebook pixels on millions of websites. And there are billions of users. And Facebook is looking at trillions of data points in real time, doing auctions too many times to count every every microsecond. Like it is a massive ecosystem. And if you don't have advanced matching, then you are restricting yourself to only being able to take advantage of the data that your pixel brings to the table. Which basically means you only know if somebody is in market because they added to cart on your site. You only know that somebody might be interested in what you have to sell because they've landed on your page. Facebook only knows that somebody might value your brand because they've engaged with your content. Now, while that is incredibly impactful and honestly is as good as basically every other website that does marketing can give you, plus Facebook can do that across multiple platforms in real time across multiple devices, whether somebody is actively on Facebook or not because they're logged in the background. Well, there's a lot more. There's a lot more data out there in the world. And that's what advanced matching really brings to the table. Now, the engineering department at Facebook brought this to the table many years ago. And us in the Disruptor group, we really took advantage of it and noticed how important this was and really started to embed it into all of our stuff to the point now where Facebook made it literally just a check mark. Like all I have to do is say, yes, I would like to make more money in life to be easier. Please and thank you. So advanced matching, first off, it's in the events manager section. And really what this is, more than anything, if I want to make it as simple as possible, is saying, I want you to take a look at what everybody's doing everywhere, not just what I can see. So let me give you an example of how this works. Now, back in the day when I was running New Balance, if we were selling, say, red trainers, you would see an ad because you came to the New Balance store and online and you added it to cart, or you viewed that product page and you might see a DPA ad or something because you were in the view content or the add to cart audience, or maybe you initiated checkout but you didn't buy, hoping you'd get an email from somebody to try to give you a discounted rate or something, and good on you for it. Now with advanced matching, Facebook says, well, this person was looking at red trainers on Nike as well as Reebok. They didn't buy from any of them. Maybe they wanted New Balance. And so because somebody showed intent with somebody else in your market based on the metadata and people's user behavior and everything else, that they might be in the market for you. And so you are basically letting other people create the intent and awareness and development and all of these wonderful things that great minds have been saying you need to spend all your Facebook money on. Other people are doing it for you. So all you need to do, instead of trying to inform somebody that, hey, shoes exist, and I don't know if you've heard about it, but there's this color, red, and maybe it might be something you're interested in, all you have to do is say, I know that you're in market for this shoe. If you didn't like it from some other folks, maybe you're going to want it from us. So Facebook is retargeting people because of their intent and their user journey on a bunch of devices, on a bunch of websites, and they have not yet shown that they're no longer in market. So you don't need to rely necessarily on a retargeting audience from your website, because hopefully you got enough add to carts to have an audience that's over 1,000 people, so you get some sort of CPM that means you can actually even make money with the conversion rate that you're driving on that low volume. And hopefully it's all going to work out for you, because you also have to test all of your ads to get there and make sure that you're overcoming the right objections and all of this other stuff, while also making sure you don't pull enough money away from your control campaigns to even allow them to get out of the learning phase. And if you've got the hours in your day to manage all of those flows and you need to because of your volume, well, hey, look, you're clearly spending $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a day. But if you're not, you don't need to do that. One of the biggest misconceptions is that you only see data based on your behavior. But if you've ever actually used Facebook, you know that's not true at all. How many times have you Googled like one thing and then your feed is full of it? Especially as you go shopping around. Maybe you're in the market for a shirt. Maybe you're looking for this Hawaiian shirt. And you start Googling Hawaiian shirts. And you click on a few things inside of, you get your Google shopping results. And you're clicking around a few things. What happens when you go to Facebook? All of a sudden you're seeing ads, but not necessarily even just from the brands where you went. Facebook, as a salesperson, is bringing you a whole bunch of things. You know what they're bringing you? They're bringing you all the ads from all the advertisers that have opted into advanced matching. Not only that, they're bringing you ads from brands who are most likely to deliver you a user experience that you're going to positively engage with. Meaning you're going to maybe read through the comments. You're going to maybe click on the website. You're going to maybe engage with some of this stuff and really check things out. What Facebook has done has let your competitor retarget your traffic to make a sale, and you're not taking advantage of doing the same thing to the rest of the ecosystem because you don't have advanced matching turned on. I don't know about you, but that feels like you're just making everybody else money. Why not, instead of making everybody else money, also take advantage of that so that the world is a lot easier for you? Instead of only trying to retarget the people that have a high level of intent with your brand, why not the high level of intent of anybody out there in the world looking for anything from any one of your competitors as well? Why not take advantage of all of the world's data instead of restricting yourself to only what you can see in your own little window? That's what advanced matching does. And if you haven't turned it on, this is a stupid easy win to maybe see a 5% lift or a 50% lift in your overall conversion rate. And I'll tell you this, other people are doing it to you. This is a standard practice across the internet. And if you're not taking advantage of it, the only person losing is you. That's why it's in the Power 5. That's why it's being taught as a fundamental thing that everybody should do. And if you want to get better like that, just go into your events manager and turn it on. And if you want to know more about it, go to Facebook Blueprint or check out Build to Break. That's another great thing. That is the Facebook Disruptor Summit. And you can see what all of us in the top 100 advertisers have done and the best practices taught by us. Because, I've got dozens of case studies and a couple $100 million in revenue driven. I kind of have a clue of what's going on. And ultimately, If you're using the world's greatest invention ever to create intent at scale, why not let it do what it's really good at? Turn on advanced matching, and I can only tell you how much easier things are going to be. If you've enjoyed this or anything else, YouTube thinks that you might like these videos here, and if you really like this and you don't want to miss more, well, go ahead and subscribe. Until next time, once again, hi, I'm Charlie, and I'll see you on the internet.